versus freedom. Commitment versus freedom is one of the most asked topics around women and men, especially successful women and men, because you might want commitment, you might want to commit to someone, but at the same time you might want to be free. And can you merge both of those things? So let's talk about this today. By the way, also let me know in the comments what are your thoughts for sure as well. Let me start with the fact that my one of my biggest values is freedom. I love freedom. Really, really young, I already decided that I want to be financially free. I want to be free with my time. I want to be free in all life areas. And this is what I pursued and this is what I had. And at the same time, commitment is something that I had to learn and use to achieve that freedom. So, because when we are striving towards something, building a business, studying, following a career path, or even if it's a workout or even building a happy relationship, it doesn't work without commitment. You just go to the gym when you feel like doing it, it won't work. Or you just work on your business or whenever you feel like, it won't work, right? And that is why throughout the years, I personally learned that commitment is actually a tool towards freedom. And yet, let's just go back a couple of years before and where I kind of like disliked commitment because I thought it would cost me my freedom in in finances, in workouts, in my relationship, especially relationships. I thought commitment means that you are stuck in a relationship, in a situation that you don't appreciate, that is painful, that lacks empathy, lacks passion. And this is what I also saw with people around me, that they are committed, but then there are fights all the time, or lack of passion, people drift apart, or it's just painful. And I'm like, why would I want to be committed to a painful situation? So years before I felt like commitment, like, no, like, why? Why would I want to be committed to a painful person or a painful situation? Like, no, thank you. I'm out of here. I want my freedom. Like, freedom is my number one, like the number one value. That much that if you gave me already back then a certain amount of money, but I had to be stuck in one place, like I could do it. Like, freedom is just my number one place and my number one value. So I was like, okay, commitment when it is in a way of someone is dependent, financially dependent or emotionally dependent, or just simply stuck in a situation that's not very happy. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be committed. I'm gonna be free. And this is what I decided for myself, that I get to be free. And in some cultures, especially when you are from a more traditional culture, yeah, it's considered bad if you just do whatever you want to do, especially as a woman. You just do your own thing, you don't follow rules. But I was like, no, I'm gonna have my freedom. So this, I'm speaking to women, also to men. I'm sure you can relate. Let me know in the comments. And because I also see a lot of men saying, I want commitment, but I don't want to lose my freedom. And I don't want to commit to a painful situation, and I get that. So stay with me here because there is a solution to what I'm just trying to tell. Okay, so I was like, okay, great. My value is freedom. And then, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I realized that I need commitment to achieve great things. Example, when I want to have my perfect bikini body, I need commitment to achieve that. Like I need the commitment to go to the gym regularly. Yeah, whatever amount I set. I personally say I go 4 times a week, at least an hour. That's like my sweet spot. So I need commitment, and sometimes it's not gonna be fun in the moment. It's not gonna be fun. Like yesterday, I was quite tired. I don't know why. In the last nights, I didn't sleep very well, so I was quite tired. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go there. And guess what? I was there, and somehow, sometimes when you just start the process, it gets easier. So once I was at the gym, I just worked out, and it was fine. Okay, but I needed commitment, and it wasn't easy in the moment, but there was like a positive goal at the end, right? Like the positive goal was that I get my dream body, and I also make it fun by listening to fun music, talking to people that I know. So we can also make the process fun. And the same thing is in relationships. Yeah, obviously, I will not commit, like let's say in a gym fitness world, I will not commit to running every day. Maybe it's good for you, but not for me. Like I don't like to run. It's not good for my joints. Like I will not commit to that because I will literally hurt my joints. It's not for me. Okay, maybe for you it will be. Probably not a good example, but same thing is in relationships. When you have like a goal, then the commitment is going to help you get there. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Let's say you are dating, and then you are a busy woman or a busy man, and you're like, I really don't have much time. But then you say, okay, I'm committed to at least go on one date per week, even though I don't have much time, and even though I honestly don't know if those dates will be a good match. And sometimes they will not be. Sometimes there will be women and men that you feel like, okay, that was an experiment and it didn't work out. Okay, but you keep doing that so that at one point you meet someone who is a match. Okay, and then same with your inner work, your personal development. A lot of the times people say, okay, I have to have results immediately. Okay, but I was committed to grow, for example, to learn about dating, relationships, to learn about money minds, to learn about quantum leaping, even without the results coming. Okay, so the commitment helps you stay in the moment to get a to get a happy result. So coming back to that, when you are in a long-term relationship, when you are in like a boyfriend girlfriend long term, or fiance husband wife, then usually this is the commitment, right? And then the positive goal for you could be, for example, to work through each other triggers so that your honeymoon forever after can come. And a lot of you guys, me included, a lot of people out there don't know that. We all know that the first 3 months of our relationship is fun. The first 3 months is like, the best time of your life, and then the triggers come up. Sometimes you guys are not compatible because you have different life goals, but oftentimes 90% of the times it's just the trigger land where people are triggered, and then suddenly the person that was like your dream person, suddenly she or he becomes nearly like an enemy. Not fully, but yeah, like suddenly you're triggered. They say something and you don't like it, right? So then in this situation, for example, I have a lot of clients who are getting engaged with me. I mean, not with me, but like through the coaching with me, and then going to the phase of engagement and marriage as well. And then in this phase where the triggers come up, you will need the commitment to reach the goal of the forever after honeymoon. Okay, so when you then learn how to deal with your emotions, how to heal those childhood triggers and conditionings. I was giving you guys one example before. One of my personal triggers was if my partner would watch TV, I would just get so upset because as a kid I was always ignored because of TV. So I developed this kind of like trigger and I would be so upset. And imagine I didn't know how to handle that. I would just start not scream, but maybe screaming or saying stuff like, "How dare you watch TV when I'm in the house?" And would that be helpful? Probably not. My partner would be like, "What's wrong with you? I just want to watch TV. Can I not watch TV or what?" Right? Like, and then the fight would be starting. But because I've done this work too, I'm self-aware and I was like, okay, I'm triggered right now with the example of the TV. So I could communicate my needs that I would really appreciate if you could give me a little bit of attention and priority because it's actually a childhood wound and trigger for me to be ignored because of TV. And he was growth mindset enough to actually give me the attention and my trigger is gone. So this is so now when I see him watching TV, I'm no longer triggered. I'm no longer feeling abandoned, rejected, not important. I'm like, anytime I would want him to talk to me, he would, you know? So this is how um, I'm giving you just one example how to overcome a trigger, and there will be so many. There will be so many triggers coming up, especially after 3, 6, 9 months of dating, okay? And then you need commitment. You need commitment to your inner work to overcome these triggers. You need commitment to actually still prioritize your partner, is either a man or a woman in whatever relationship you are, because then, you know, other people suddenly start becoming interesting because they don't trigger you. They don't trigger you, right? And everybody can make a decision for themselves. We are all grown adults. You can obviously decide to always just be in this 3 months love, 3 months breakup, and then again 3 months um, short-term relationship. You can do that. But when you are in a relationship and those triggers come up, you can also commit to healing them one by one by one. I just gave you one example, okay? Or but there might be so many, and this work needs to be done together. Not only the man, not only the woman. This work needs to be done together. Okay, and then when you are committed, this commitment, because it's going to help you reach the goal of the forever after honeymoon. That means that all of the triggers are gone, and then this first 3 months kind of like come back, and they come back forever. Isn't that fabulous and amazing? And most couples don't reach it. Most couples either break up, they start fighting all the time, or they how do they say they drift apart, you know? It's like they have two separate lives, keep distracting themselves. Like imagine I would do that. Like I would say, oh, he's just watching TV, ignoring me. I feel ignored, I feel abandoned. And then, you know, maybe not necessarily looking attention in other men, but like then distracting myself with my friends, with work, and I would feel like I don't even want to talk to you. You are someone who abandons me, who rejects me. Like, you know, let me just distract myself. So where's the relationship then? Where is the intimacy? It's gone. It's poof. And then people say, oh, we just like grew apart. No, you didn't grow apart. You just distracted yourself and you didn't face those triggers. Or maybe they were so subconscious we didn't even notice. If you had 3 months, the first 3 months, like a hot relationship, there was emotional chemistry, physical chemistry, it can be there forever. But you will have to be self-aware what is going on underneath, right? Like if I would be not self-aware, I would just think, boah, he is ignoring me. Okay, let me just focus on my work, and then I would just like be working on with my friends all the time, and I'd be like, ah, yeah, we grew apart. No, you didn't grow apart. You just don't have a relationship anymore because you don't know how to overcome these triggers. And this person subconsciously feels like an enemy right now, or someone who isn't pleasant to hang out with. So, what I'm wanting to say here is that if you value freedom, just like I do, keep that. You don't have to lose freedom just because you're committed. You get to have freedom in your life. You get to have freedom to be who you are, to do what you want, and to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And go for it. You have the freedom. If you want to be single, go for it. If you want to be in a relationship, also go for it. And if you want to be in a long-term, happy, fulfilled relationship where you can actually have a partner for life, where you guys can support each other, grow together, build eventually a family together, commitment is going to help you to reach that. And no, I don't mean by commitment tolerating someone's bad behavior. No. What I mean is that you still put in the work to communicate. You still put in the work to tell him, okay, or to tell her, okay, this hurts me. And this takes so much self-awareness, so much communication. And I get it's not easy, especially when we are in the situation ourselves, because the emotions come up. And then even I, as a coach, I still have a coach, because I need someone to like give me clarity and reflect, okay, where am I? What to do next, okay? So if you want a long-term relationship, commit to the fact that you will work on your communication, you will work on your triggers, you will work on your inner work, and you will work on resolving any issues that might be there in the relationship to have this forever after beautiful honeymoon relationship. Okay, and if you desire support on your journey, on your dating journey, or maybe in your relationship, reach out for a free love audit call. I will put the link in the description box or in my bio. Okay, also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I see you in the next one.